This tree was Kiidk'yaas, the golden spruce. It was on the banks of the Yukon River on the Haida archipelago in British Columbia. It had a rare genetic mutation that made it produce 80% less chlorophyll than a regular old spruce. It's actually pretty crazy it survived into adulthood because of that. But it had been standing there for 300 years, and the Haida people had incorporated stories of it into their oral tradition, and it was considered sacred. The story goes that a young boy disrespected nature, and a storm came and wiped out the village, leaving only him and his grandfather fleeing. The grandfather told the boy not to look back, but when he did, he was instantly transformed into the golden spruce Kiidk'yaas, which means ancient tree. But in 1997, unemployed forest engineer mountain man guy Grant Hadwin rented a chainsaw and swam with it across a nearby river. He had years of experience in the timber industry and fashioned himself a logging protester. He made some precise cuts knowing that the tree would fall with the next big windstorm, and so it did a couple days later. When he got back, he faxed the media and the Haida Nation claiming responsibility for the act, saying something about how he was motivated by rage and hatred towards university-trained professionals and their extremist supporters. Needless to say, people were pissed off, and there was a lot of media coverage and outrage. So Hadwin got arrested, was ordered to return for his trial, and released on bail. The court date was set for February 18th and would take place on Masset here. People speculated that somebody would kill the guy, and he was afraid for his own safety too. So instead of taking a ferry or a plane from Prince Rupert to Masset, Hadwin got in his kayak and was purportedly gonna brave the dangerous 60-mile strait in the winter. But he was never seen again, and in July, his kayak was found 70 miles north of Prince Rupert. Maybe somebody found him out there and he got in the woods, or maybe he faked his own death and ran, or maybe he just didn't make it. As for the golden spruce, one cutting taken before the felling survives at the University of British Columbia. And after its felling, a further 80 cuttings were taken with permission of the Haida Nation in order to increase chances of its survival.